Welcome to Geeks Plus, where we are more than your average geeks. My name is LJ, and in today's memory card, I'll be talking about Dragon Ball Z, Legacy of Goku II. Legacy of Goku II was developed by Webfoot Technologies and published by Atari. It was released on June 17, 2003, exclusively on the Game Boy Advance. How about a quick fun fact? This was the only DBZ game developed in the US first, eventually releasing in Japan and in PAL regions a few months later. Now some background from me. My brother and I were dedicated fans of the series. We watched it every day after school and did not miss an episode from beginning to end. We even recorded the first 3 movies on VHS one weekend during a Toonami marathon. Long story short, I was a huge fan. We got our hands on every video game we could since the release of Budokai. I eventually got my hands on the first Legacy of Goku, I beat that, and eventually had Legacy of Goku II. Being a child of divorced parents, I took the GBA everywhere. Portable gaming was my comfort zone. Most people have stories of diving into video games like Final Fantasy or Pokemon when they were younger. This was the RPG that got all of my focus when I was in middle school. My dad even caught me playing it under the covers when I should have been sleeping one night. Based on my research, Legacy of Goku 2 received a much higher reception than the first game. I remember Legacy of Goku 1 being much more challenging and extremely clunky, though I still powered through it. The sequel improved on that formula in every way. The best way I can describe the gameplay is that it plays very similar to a classic Zelda game, though without the ability to block, that was eventually added into the third game. You'll run up and punch enemies or shoot ki blasts at them from a distance, though if you're going to get up close and personal, you'll have to get a few hits in and then run away so you don't take damage yourself. After going back and playing a bit to get this footage, I was reminded of how frustrating the combat can be initially, with limited save spots and having to restart at the last one whenever you die. Though I was quickly reminded that the health and energy drops that you receive from enemies sort of remedy that frustration as long as I stayed on my toes. You also gain XP from every enemy you defeat and level up, which genuinely makes you feel stronger as you play through the game. In addition, each playable character gains their iconic special moves from the show, along with their transformations. So it isn't long before that frustration turns into fun, and honestly, I remember enjoying the grinding that I had to do back in the day because of the action-based gameplay. The story is extremely faithful to the series, covering the entire Cell Saga. However, multiple quests and activities help pad out the story in interesting ways, such as the encounter with Cyborg Tao and even an optional boss fight against Cooler. The game's presentation is especially immaculate. The environments and sprites take a page from Chrono Trigger, which is kind of full circle since Toriyama designed those characters himself. This was the first time Bruce Falconer's music from the show was also featured in a DBZ video game, which only enhanced the immersion that I remember feeling, not only in the most iconic moments, but also moving throughout the game's world as well. It isn't just the faithful story or the great presentation that brings me fond memories. While it did take me a minute to get my muscle memory back, the gameplay is some of the most fun I've had with an RPG. I'm honestly not even a hardcore fan of the genre either. I lose interest especially when we get into the turn-based discussion, so for me to remember the grind as entertaining is kind of wild. Many RPG fans usually have stories of the first time they encountered a surprise boss, and the first time I faced Cooler happens to be that for me. Finding all of the missing Namekians granted me that special encounter. I also got all of the playable characters to level 50, which unlocked Hercule as a bonus character, and I'm fairly certain that I collected all the golden capsules too. I don't normally 100% games, nor did I when I was younger. Until making this video, I had forgotten how much this game truly had its hooks in me. That is the very reason I wanted to start this memory card series, so I hope this might bring back some memories for those watching, or show off something cool that someone might have missed out on. And lastly, I cannot end this video without paying tribute and saying thank you to Akira Toriyama, who passed away a little over a year ago. His work impacted myself and hundreds and millions of other geeks like myself, especially around the time when this game was releasing and when Dragon Ball Z was in the height of its popularity. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy the content, please give this video a like and subscribe to join our collective. My name is LJ, collecting my XP and signing out.